Everyone knows that saying, it's the early bird that catches the worm. But how come so many people just ignore it? And in particular, young people. I know when I was 17 or even 18, I was absolutely shocking. It was like every morning I was making an attempt for the longest sleeping ever. I could go to bed at midnight and be fast asleep at lunch literally the next day. But slowly it dawned on me that every day I was wasting crucial hours. I kept telling myself I was a night person, but the truth is that on the odd occasion that I actually did have to get out of bed early, if I say I had a plane to catch or a meeting to go to, I was actually super productive and really got things done. The truth is that I just loved lying in. I mean, the feeling that you get when you're half awake and half asleep was just so awesome that I found it hard literally not to hit the snooze button. In fact, once I got into the habit of hitting the snooze button, which happened soon after quitting my full-time job, I don't even think I thought about it. It was literally just automatic. The alarm would go off at the set time, my arm would reach out, hit the snooze button, and 10 minutes later the alarm would go off again. Once again I'd reach out, hit the snooze button, and literally this would go on for hours and hours sometimes. But whilst all this was going on, I was soaking up all this amazing knowledge in business and audiobooks and self-improvement books from Tony Robbins to Gary Vaynerchuk or Jim Rohn and Lewis Howes, and listening to some seriously positive and motivational podcasts. My diet was great, I was hitting the gym pretty much every day, and I was always sort of pumped up with positivity. So all this was actually in complete contrast to the lazy guy who kept hitting the snooze button every morning. Now, I know there is scientific research that says there are reasons why younger people, especially teenagers, need more sleep than older people. But the reality is that after I quit my full-time job to build my business and to travel, I went from getting up at 7 AM to eventually crawling out of my bed at around 11 AM or sometimes even later, which is incredibly lazy, I know. Then I learned the secret to getting out of bed on time every single morning. And it's so simple that I couldn't believe it actually works, but it really does. And there's a lot to do with psychology, so you'll have to sort of not judge me for a minute. But seriously, you should just give it a try for 1 week and you will totally see that it works. So the secret involves 3 easy steps. It's so simple, you'll get the hang of it straight away, I promise you. Step number 1. Every night before you go to bed, write out your list of 6. Let me quickly tell you what your list of 6 is. It's simply a list of 6 things that you want to get done tomorrow. I don't want you writing down 20 things or 100 things, because that's literally enough to make you not want to get out of bed in the morning. But what you need are 6 things that will really move your business forward or your life forward tomorrow. Try and make this list as positive as possible, and you want to be excited about how awesome it would actually be if you managed to get these 6 things done. Now, write a number next to each one, and this number is the order in which you're going to complete the 6 things. The list of 6 is something that my dad taught me, and it's totally boosted up my productivity. So for step 1, make sure before you go to bed each night to write out your list of 6. Step number 2. Once you've written down your list of 6, at the bottom of the list, draw a line, and under the line, I want you to write the following. Tomorrow, I will get up at 7 AM. I promise this to myself. If I get up later, I will donate $50 to charity. If you want to get up at a later time or an earlier time, you change it accordingly to you. So now I bet you're wondering about the second bit, about giving the money to charity, right? I massively believe in giving money to charity and giving back to others, but I do not want to be handing over $50 just for me to not hit the snooze button. Research shows that rewards are responsible for 3/4 of why you do things, so it's a little bit like training a dog. So here we have the reward, which in this case is getting to keep your $50. So trust me, after 3 days of hitting the snooze button in a row and handing over $150, there's going to be someone that's pretty happy, and that is certainly not going to be you. And then there's that little sentence sandwiched in between your intention, which is to get up at 7 AM or whatever time you choose, and your commitment as to what you'll do if you do hit the snooze button. This sentence I'm talking about is, I promise this to myself. I'm sure you're not a liar or a cheat or go around promising things to people then not following through. I mean, if you do that, then this is totally not going to work. So writing down those words at the bottom of your list of 6 sheet, you are committed in writing to do something. You are making a written promise, and you should never ever break promises to yourself. So when you make that written promise to get up, you need to do it with a positive intention and desire to do what you have promised to do. Trust me, if you do it with enough intention, this will work. Step number 3. When your alarm clock goes off, immediately jump out of bed. This is so crucial. Do not under any circumstances hit that snooze button, roll over, or take another breath whilst you're lying down. Habit is so important. Basically, what you want to do is condition yourself so that as soon as you hear the noise of your alarm clock, your body springs into action and your feet hit the ground immediately. The next thing you have to do is a very quick routine that's based partly on a Tony Robbins morning routine and partly on some pretty cool ancient Eastern practices. So your feet hit the ground immediately, and then you have to go to the bathroom, and before you even take a wee, you have to go to the sink, run the cold tap, and with both hands, what I want you to do is splash your face. You're going to do this 3 times. Each time you do this, I want you to think of something that you are grateful for. So that means each day you'll be trying to think of 3 things. I want you to try and make them different each day if you can. It could be people or events that you're grateful for, or something that's happened, or a person that you're going to see, maybe a book you're reading, or a friend who got in touch yesterday, a customer who left a nice testimonial, your parents, the house you live in, your pet dog, the gym. Literally, I've given you tons and tons of stuff that you really could be grateful for. So what you want you to do is to splash your face and say, I am grateful for this, then picture it in your head. And I want you to do this 3 times. I want you to say, I am grateful for, and as you say it, picture it in your head. Now, after the 3rd time, towel your face down and stand with both hands to your side and your eyes closed, and bring to mind what you want to create in your life today. This can vary obviously from day to day, but often it will be very similar. It might be success in a business, or great exam results, or a relationship you want to develop. The choice is totally yours. Imagine it as though it already exists now. Picture it as clearly as you can. The more powerfully you can do this, the more your mind will believe it's true, and that is so crucial. So I want you to do this for around 15 seconds, but if you're enjoying the positive feel, obviously you can do it for as long as you like. Finally, open your eyes, put both hands above your head and say, I feel great, I feel great, I feel great. I mean, it's best to say it out loud or even shout it, but obviously if you've got mates or parents in the room next door, I'd probably say it a little bit quieter. And that is it, literally it. Trust me, this really works. If you follow exactly what I've said, not only will you get out of bed at whatever time you choose, but you will start each and every day with a totally life-transforming routine that I promise you will set you on the road to achieving everything you have ever dreamed of and take your productivity to a whole new level. If you've liked this video, don't hesitate to give it a like. If you have any questions, drop them below, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching this video. I've been Sam Smithson. Have an amazing and positive day, and I will catch you in the next video.